Democrats are more patriotic than Republicans.
Hello. Nice to meet you. Okay, so really bold, clear statement that Democrats are very patriotic. Let's talk about the actions of the Democrats being very glorious in loving our country.
Well, I would like to clarify.
Yeah,
my claim is not that Democrats are very patriotic. It is that they are more patriotic than Republicans, but I apologize for interrupting you.
Okay, no, but I would like clarity on what are those actions, because in my understanding of Democrats being really patriotic is destroying the nuclear family, burning down flags, burning down buildings. I mean, we see just destruction in our cities. Did you see the trash and all the homelessness going out in LA? What is patriotic about supporting all of that? What is patriotic about supporting all the drugs that are coming in, all the things that we're allowing, the human trafficking, allowing all these things and policies going on? Like, what is patriotic about that? What screams "I love America" of people?
You said that Democrats support, right?
No, I'm just asking, what are the patriotic acts that show? Because what patriotism means to me is kneeling for those who have sacrificed for our country. My father has served 30 years in the military, right? That is 30 years that he is not getting back, that he has fought for his country, laid down his life for. What is patriotic that the Democrats are doing, that are saying, hey, I'm going to lay my life down and not be egotistic and individualistic, and I'm going to serve and look out for others, look out for the next generation? What is that? So that's what I'm asking, to make that statement clear. What does that look like at the Democratic Party?
I actually think that's a great question. And the answer to your question would be a fight to protect and preserve the state of our democracy. I think that you listed off a whole cohort of claims there that were typically engaged in by Democrats that have been anti-patriotic, such as burning the flag, such as burning down buildings in the riots. And I agree with you, right? I think that those are clear displays of anti-patriotic behaviors. Do I necessarily disagree with them all the time? No, I don't think that it's wrong to burn the American flag if it's in protest of actions of the American government. But my claim here is that there's nothing less patriotic than supporting Donald Trump, a man that has already tried to destroy our country internally by attempting to overthrow the results of the 2020.
Okay, I completely understand that statement. I don't agree with that, but we're not talking about Donald Trump. We're talking about your statement that Democrats are patriotic. So I'm asking about the actions are what, because we can keep tying in Kamala and Donald into this, but they are not the reason of being a conservative or a Democrat. It's the morals, it's the values, and the actions that you are reflecting.
Of course,
that you're consuming.
I understand you. And the morals and the values and the actions reflected,
you are doing as a Democrat, as a liberal, what are you reflecting that's benefiting your country?
Of course, great question.
These socialism policies, these individualism policies, these I want to consume, these egotistic policies, these you should worship in closed doors and proximities, don't open the Bible in school, don't say the Pledge of Allegiance. All these things that we see. No, yes, just let me clarify. We'll finish real quick. So all these things that we see, we're being forced as conservatives to shut that down, to be quiet, to be banned. So how are we talking about free speech, freedom of religion, loving, and all this stuff? These are all things that you guys are proclaiming, but
so do you agree with freedom of religion?
Of course.
So then you wouldn't agree with Trump's attempted Muslim ban?
Again, we're not talking about Trump. I'm asking for policies talking about how we're not talking about Trump. I'm asking for policies talking about how our Democrats really
Let's go over them. So first, I think that fighting for the freedoms of all 170 million American women by reinstituting federal protections for access to health care, that's going to be caring about
abortion.
I think that I think that fighting.
Okay. Just want to make that clear. I'm sorry, I just wanted to make that clear because there's a lot of things.
Okay, do you mind if I finish?
To do that? No, I just wanted to make that clear so I'm on the same page. You can continue.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I obviously think being in a room surrounded by 20 conservatives, you're not going to look at access to abortion as healthcare. I think.
No, I'm sorry. Continue.
No worries.
This is a dialogue. You want a good, fruitful dialogue? Let's continue. I'm apologizing.
Yeah, and I understand that there's going to be an ideological separation there, but from my side of the aisle, I absolutely think that this is something that should be federally protected. I think that infringing upon women's right to bodily autonomy, bodily integrity, all because they want to preserve the life of a non-sentient, a multicellular life form that doesn't have.
Did your mom thought that about you? She was about to she thought that you were just some cells.
My mom, when I was where? I mean, it doesn't care whether she thought I was that.
So you were just a bunch of cells, so that's what you're just believing in your claim.
Well, my particular claim was the reason why I'm pro-choice is because I don't value the life of a uni or multicellular.
But you have life.
That doesn't have the ability
to make that change. You get to make that choice by having life. And someone that doesn't have that voice to say that's just a bunch of cells, just abort it. Where does that stand? How is that patriotic? How is that loving America?
Yeah, because it protects access to health care. It protects the
killing babies, killing children. Okay.
Okay. So do you think abortion's murder?
Yes.
Okay, so do you think
I'm making that statement very clear.
Well, so do you think that some women with IUDs are murderers then? Because it is the case in some contexts. An IUD will allow for conception to occur, meaning there's a unique human life there, but then it will prevent its implantation into the uterine lining, killing it?
I don't support or believe in any of that.
To be fair, that wasn't the question I asked you. I asked you if they were murderers.
I have no comment on that.
Well, didn't you just say that abortion was murder because it was killing a unique human life?
Yeah.
IUDs can and do kill unique human life. So wouldn't this make women with IUDs murderers?
Well, I, again, have no comment on that.
Okay, well, see, now I can just reflect everything you were just asking me back to you.
Yeah,
how can you stand for the
but you're
murder
not going to answer the question that I have asked you about. Again, how are these actions going to be?
Democrats are more patriotic.
This place is absolutely through. All right. And the average person here in this place is through. All right. As you can see in that clip that I just showed you, you know, these are the Babylonians today. All right. The modern day Babylonians today. America being mystery Babylon, aka spiritual Sodom and Egypt, where our Lord Yahweh Shai was crossed out. You know, and this is the result, all right, that you see. All right, the end result before Yahweh Shai returns is what these people, the mindsets they in right now. All right, and the Lord got them divided on many fronts, all right, many levels, and it's ultimately for their destruction. All right. Before I begin, I would like to start out by giving all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ruach HaKodesh, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who teach in the course where I learned this truth. Peace and salutations to the Lord's elect. All right, today is September the 23rd, year 2024, the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble. All right, so just want to come out, you know, do a lesson right quick, and Lord willing, or to be edifying. So I showed you the clip up to this point. All right, you had two individuals arguing, all right, about how patriotic this country so-called is, this so-called country is. All right, the so-called white individual was arguing from the Democratic perspective. All right, and the so-called black woman, she was arguing from the Republican perspective. All right, and these are just modern day terms that they got on themselves. In ancient Rome, they were referred to as the patricians and plebeians. All right, and you know, America is Rome 2.0. All right, so you know, it's the same thing. All right, people, all right, arguing their points of view pretty much. All right, but at the end of the day, all right, if your point of view ain't in line with Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai's point of view, then it's all for naught. All right, it's just madness and wickedness. All right, the scriptures refer to these things as wine. All right, philosophies. All right, but it's only one true philosophy and doctrine that this world is going to be governed on. All right, the world to come, that is. All right, and the Lord gave this place up to, you know, that veil way of life and way of thought. But before the Lord comes back, he's going to set these people against each other, and this is again one of the fronts that the Lord is going to use. All right, so I'm going to start right here in Isaiah 19. I'm going to start at the top of verse 1. It's saying, the burden of Egypt. Behold, the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. All right, now this Egypt that is speaking of is America. All right, mystery Babylon, all right, and spiritual Egypt. You know what I'm saying? This is talking about America, because this didn't happen to ancient Egypt, all right? Verse 2, it says, meaning ancient Egypt wasn't melted, all right? America is going to be melted. That's going to be the end of this place. How this place is going out through the thermonuclear ICBM missiles, as well as the laser beams from the chariots. That's how America is going to be destroyed ultimately. Verse 2, it says, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. All right, these are the modern day American people. All right, now Esau is the modern day Egyptian. You know what I'm saying? The Lord has set the Edomites against the Edomites on a lower level. All right, you know, the elite pretty much, you know what I'm saying, stick together and whatnot, but, you know, they withheld the blessing from the majority of Edom. All right, Amalek, so-called Ish people, all right, they withheld the majority of the blessing, which is to rule this earth by the sword. They withheld it from the rest of the Edomites. All right, they gave them white supremacy and let them run with that. All right, and they fixed laws and tailored a society, you know, to make sure that they're at the head of it. But you know, they ain't sitting at the table, all right, with the big dogs. All right. So the Lord said He's gonna set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. All right, and that also goes into you American citizens as well, because if you ain't in this truth and you're ultimately not of the elect, then you're considered an Egyptian as well. All right, as the scripture tell you in John chapter 8 and verse 44, ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father you will do. So 2 out of 3 of our people, they come in the reign and the stead of the Edomites. All right, they're there to forward His kingdom whether they know it or not. You know what I'm saying? So again, it said, I'm going to set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. All right, you're seeing, excuse me, you're seeing that now. All right, with this whole Trump and Kamala madness that they got, you know what I'm saying, brewing right now. All right, both sides have pretty much let it be known with those that are voting for either side are pretty much letting it be known that they're not going to accept defeat gracefully. All right, meaning that whichever party loses, all right, expect, you know what I'm saying, their voters to, you know what I'm saying, come with the pain. All right, come with, you know, civil unrest. All right. Verse 3, in the spirit of Egypt, meaning the mind of Egypt, or the ways of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols and to the charmers and to them that have familiar spirits and to the wizards and the Egyptians, all right, you American people, will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord Yahweh Shemel of hosts. All right, and from the looks of it, the majority of these people over here in Babylon the Great, they want Donald to rule over them. They want Nero to be that fierce king to rule over them. All right, they ain't trying to have, you know what I'm saying, Kamala Harris, all right, in that seat, all right. Which she shouldn't be in that seat anyway. Neither one of them should, but at least in Donald's case, he's a man, all right. You know, the scriptures speak about the Lord setting a man over the congregation, all right, but it also speak about, you know, us as Israelites, we're not to put another nation over us, all right, whether it's a man or a woman. All right, but you know, this society is so fucking dumbed down and on such a low vibration and low level. All right, that they got a woman on the ticket now. All right, and the world powers around the world aren't gonna respect her if she's put into office. All right, they're gonna laugh at her. They're not gonna take her serious. All right, she's not gonna be able to sit at a table with, you know what I'm saying, Vladimir Putin and Kim Jong-un and what's the Chinese president, Yi, and all these different men. All right, she's not gonna be able to sit at a table with those men and command no respect. All right, she doesn't even have the respect of her own people over here in this land right now. All right, so what makes you think she's gonna have the respect of the nations? All right, it's not happening. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Read one second. I'll jump down to verse 14. Alright. It say, the Lord Yahweh Shai have mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. Alright, and that's running through this place right now too. Alright, you got in this particular argument that I just showed you, you know, you actually got a man arguing that a baby isn't a actual life form until a certain period of time. All right, it was another video I did about a week or so ago, also kind of on that platform, but it was vice versa. You had a woman arguing that a baby wasn't an actual living thing until a certain amount of time. All right, and it was a black woman. All right, so the roles reversed on this one, just showing you also how the love affair between the so-called white man and the so-called black woman is over. All right, you know, those wicked two entities have been at the forefront of shit for a long time, and they're the reason why the so-called black men, as well as the other men of the tribes, you know, are in the position that they're in. All right, ultimately it's from Yahweh Shemel Shai because it's a curse. But he used those two, you know what I'm saying, entities to put us where we at, all right, as well as the other nations. But in your day-to-day life and our day-to-day life, for the most part, you know, our number one and two enemy is the so-called black woman or woman of the tribes, and the so-called white man, which he is not white, he's red. He's Esau, the nation of Edom, the wicked the Bible speaks of, the devil on this earth, all right? And that deal that was made between Eve and the serpent back in the garden is still being played out to this day right now, all right? We're at the end of it, but until Yahushua comes and, you know, takes Esau off the throne, all right, they're still, you know what I'm saying, running shit. But it's beautiful to see, all right, that their love affair is coming to an end, all right? They can't get on the same page anymore. You know what I'm saying? Man, bro. But it's only going to get worse, all right? These people think they're looking forward to an election. Man, they have no clue what's coming their way, all right? Isaiah 19:15, neither shall there be any work for Egypt, which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. All right, it ain't gonna be no jobs for you people out here pretty soon. All right, AI technology is on the rise. All right, they got these robots and different shit put in place to replace you people. All right, so it's gonna be, you know what I'm saying, a time like never was since it was a nation, that the scripture described. All right. Verse 16, in that day shall Egypt be like unto women, and it shall be afraid and fear because of the shaking of the hand of the Lord Yahweh Shai of hosts, which he shaketh over it. All right, terrible times coming to this place. All right, before the ultimate destruction. All right, we're gonna have that time of trouble, which is Jacob's trouble. All right, and then Esau's gonna come with that Charagma, which is the RFID microchip. You know what I'm saying? And then the Lord is gonna, you know, use the missiles to rain down fire on this place. All right. But leading up to that, you know, it say this place is gonna be like women. So, if, you know, a woman is not stable during tumultuous times. All right, she's screaming, she's all over the place, she's hollering. All right, you know, a lot of them freeze. You know, a woman is not built for adversity and hardship. So when this day comes, all right, that's what it's gonna be like out here. So how can a woman be a president? You know what I'm saying? How can a woman be a president of a country? You know what I'm saying? When they can't even, you know, stand in the face of adversity like that. But again, the Lord is really mocking this place. The fact that you people want to put a woman in office just shows that you people got to be destroyed. All right, you people are weak as fuck out here. All right. Verse 17, they say, in the land of Judah shall be a terror unto Egypt. All right, that's because these wild ass jakes gonna be going loose out. They're gonna be let loose out here. All right, you already got the northern kingdom that ain't been brought over here. You know, through, you know, what countries, Venezuela and all them other different countries. You know, they done been brought over here. All right, and they're gonna fall in line with Judah because, you know what I'm saying, oh, eventually Judah's gonna get with the shit too. All right, and Judah being the top tribe, all right, they go band together, and it's gonna be a terror right here for you people. All right, because it's gonna be Egyptian against Egyptian. All right, it's gonna be Jacob against Jacob, Jacob against Esau. All right, Jacob against Ishmael, Jacob against the Moabites, the Ammonites, because America is a melting pot. All the different countries reside here. All right, so when all hell breaks loose, you're gonna have, you know what I'm saying, everybody against everybody. All right, so again, in the land of Judah shall be a terror unto Egypt. Everyone that maketh mention thereof shall be afraid in himself because of the counsel of the Lord Yahweh Shai of hosts, which he had determined against it. Let me see, all right. Okay, then it goes until in that day shall the 5 cities in the land of Egypt speak the language of Canaan, all right, which is Hebrew. Let me see, and swear to the Lord Yahweh Shai of hosts, one shall be called the city of destruction. All right, and that's America's gonna be the city of destruction. America's got the greatest destruction known to mankind written. All right, this place is going out through 200 million nuclear missile warheads. All right, the ICBM missiles, the laser beams from the chariots, all of that's gonna be going off over here. And the Lord said He's gonna sweep this place with the bosom of destruction. All that's coming over here to this land. All right, verse 19, in that day shall there be an altar to the Lord Yahweh Shai in the midst of the land of Egypt, and a pillar at the border thereof to the Lord Yahweh Shai. So ultimately, the only people who are escaping this oncoming judgment is the elect. All right, preordained for salvation, and if you're not of that number, you're gonna be destroyed. All right, either no matter what, you're not gonna escape. All right, you got the elect. You know what I'm saying, sighing and crying for the abominations that are done in the midst thereof. All right, and then you got the rest of the people, all right, out here living it up. All right, giving into marriage, giving into the flesh all day, every day. All right, not seeking Yahweh Shai while he may be found. You know, so this place is gonna go up in smoke with 2/3 of our people in it. All right, just look at the mindsets of them. All right, they're murderers. All right, it's just this place is just it just gotta go. All right. So excuse me. I'm gonna go right here to let's see, Ezekiel 21 right quick. All right, we're gonna jump down to verse 8. It say, again, the word of the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai came unto me, saying, Son of man, prophesy and say, Thus saith the Lord, say, a sword is sharpened, and also furbished. It is sharpened to make a sore slaughter. It is furbished that it may glitter. Should we then make mirth? It contemneth the rod of my son as every tree. And he had given it to be furbished, that it may be handled. This sword is sharpened, and is furbished, to give it into the hand of the slayer. All right. The slayer right on this side, you know, it's gonna be Esau really during Jacob's trouble, because again, Esau is the sword of the Lord. So, you know, 2/3 of our people, they're gonna run into that sword. All right. Verse 12: Cry and howl, Son of man, for it shall be upon my people. It shall be upon all the princes of Israel. Terrors by reason of the sword shall be upon my people. Smite therefore upon thy thigh, because it is a trial. Let me see. And what if the sword contemneth even the rod? Shall be no more, saith the Lord power. All right, so the Lord is going to send these Edomites, you know, to come down on a lot of you Jakes. All right, 2 out of 3 of you Jakes, a number for death over here. All right, and that woman that was in that clip, she's fitting that bill right about now. All right, you know what I'm saying? The argument she was making, shit, that ain't gonna get it. All right, she wants to see this place continue. All right, she ain't looking to be in subjection to no man at all. So I'm gonna jump to Ezekiel 22, and I'll probably close it with this one. Let me see, starting at verse 17. The word of the Lord Yahweh Shai came unto me, saying, Son of man, the house of Israel is to me become dross, and they are all brass and tin and iron, and lead in the midst of the furnace. They are even the dross of silver. Therefore thus saith the Lord power, because ye are all become dross, behold, therefore I will gather you into the midst of Jerusalem. All right, Jerusalem is a people before it's a place. And the majority of Jerusalem is right here in Babylon the Great. All right, where that 2 out of 3 is going to be put to death. All right, Jeremiah 50 and 33 tell you that Israel and Judah were oppressed together. All right, and this, you seeing what's going down with the migrants and all that coming over here. They're coming over for 1 or 2 reasons. All right, to be given salvation or to be given, you know what I'm saying, death by pain. Verse 20, as they gather silver and brass and iron and lead and tin into the midst of the furnace, to blow the fire upon it, to melt it, so will I gather you in mine anger and in my fury, and I will leave you there and melt you. All right, the Lord going to leave you where? Right here in Babylon the Great. All right, mystery Babylon, spiritual Sodom and Egypt. I'll leave you right here to melt. All right. Verse 21, yeah, I will gather you and blow upon you the fire of my wrath, and ye shall be melted in the midst thereof. As silver is melted in the midst of the furnace, so shall ye be melted in the midst thereof. And ye shall know that I am the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And ye shall know that I, the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, poured out my fury upon you. All right. That's, you know, there's plenty of scripture that tell you about how the Lord going to do that. You know, Malachi, what's that, 4:1? Behold, the days come that shall burn as an oven. All right, 2/3 of Jake going to be in that, you know what I'm saying, spiritual, physical oven, all right, down here on earth, all right. And these are the things that's leading up to it, all right? The lines in the sand being drawn, all right? The division being drawn, all right? The Lord said, think not I come to send peace on earth. I tell you, neighbor, rather division, or rather a sword, all right? Coming to divide people, all right? And as you can see, this place is divided on many fronts, all right? So this is just something quick to the point, you know. Lord willing, it was edifying, it's flowing in the spirit, all right? I know I was probably all over the place, but you know, that's how this thing go, all right? As long as it flowed together and made sense and was edifying, you know, that's all that matters. So all honor, glory, and praise go to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ruach HaKodesh, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who teaching the course where I learned this truth and continue to learn this truth. Peace and salutations to the elect, Kwam Yasharala, and the Bible Ball. Shalom.